Welcome back to Wave 3 Listens Live this Friday morning. Interesting, razzle-dazzly kind of show today, and we're talking now about Body Shapes Medical. If you have a weight problem, you may want to make this phone call. Lisa Innenbach is joining us, and she is a registered nurse, and we want to talk about some of those horrible stats in regard to obesity.
Right. The stats are just amazing. When you look at them, Kentucky is in the top 5 for the obesity rates, which is really sad. There's 33% of adults that are obese. 17% of our children ages 2 to 19 are obese. Of those 17% of children that are obese now, 70% of those children will remain obese into their adulthood. So education is key. I mean, we need to start educating adults, children, everybody on how to eat.
Lisa will take your calls if you've got a couple of questions. 571-5263 is our telephone number, or 888-800-9283. And you mentioned earlier the choices that people make.
Yes.
And you're educated, you're a nurse, you've done the biochemistry, you've done the nutrition thing. And it is, though, astounding sometimes to me that people can look at two things and think, okay, well, this is all right.
Right. Right.
Versus.
And really they don't know, and that's what we give them the tools to do. We actually have a computer program where they can go on and wherever they are and say, okay, which choice should I make for the way that I am supposed to eat? And it makes it really, really easy for them, again, once we get them past the weight that they need to lose, to go on to the real life. Again, box meals, all those things are great. It's just, what do you do after that? You can't live like that.
Right.
So that's important. People need to learn how to live in the real life and how to keep the weight off.
Yeah.
And it's funny to me when people talk about, you know, your health is the most important thing that you do. Well, if your car broke down or your house, you know, your roof leaked or whatever, you'd fix it, right? You'd have to.
Sure.
So why are you not going to fix yourself and your health? It's the most important thing that you have.
Absolutely. I think another pitfall for a lot of people that are fighting with their weight is portions.
Absolutely.
I mean, you look at the portions that are served in a restaurant, for instance, or that
double size, super size.
Right, exactly.
Extra super size.
Right.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible, and people don't realize the amount of calories, and if we're just talking calories, that they're consuming, on top of the fact that they're not exercising, or they think that they don't have time to. That's another thing that we help support them with. Look, it doesn't have to be just 1 hour of full exercise. I had a client once that was like, well, if I don't do it for an hour, then what good does it do? It doesn't matter. Every, 10 minutes here and there, if you get something in, a calorie burn is a calorie burn. I mean, it's important.
True, absolutely. I have a couple of callers on the line.
Great.
Here with a question. Alice is up first, calling from Fern Creek.
Fern Creek, perfect.
Hi, Alice. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. What's your question?
Well, my question is, does Medicare pick up on any of these costs?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a great question. We are all private pay.
Okay.
Sometimes people are able to use like a health savings account. We can offer itemized receipts where you can get reimbursed for that, but we are all private pay.
Okay. One of the results, I think, that you probably see a lot with your clients, for instance, when you talk about medical costs, people are on medication for blood pressure or diabetes, you mentioned.
Right.
When you lose that weight and when you change to a better diet and more exercise, many times, I know that you probably see that a lot of your patients don't have to take the medication anymore.
I've seen tons of patients that have been able to either reduce their medication or actually come off of their medication, which is great for them. I mean, you talk about the cost of the program, but then they're saving money on doctor's visits and medications that they have to buy, month after month.
Right.
So
cost avoidance. Now, the other thing that we wanted to make sure that we talked about too, real quick, is it's one of those things. Once you start feeling a little bit better, you slim down, you're maybe buying some different clothes, and then you think, oh well, maybe I'll do a little filler.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
So you guys can do that as well, right?
We can provide that as well. We do services such as Botox, which everybody knows, or most everybody knows, is just for little lines around the eyes or whatnot. There are some advanced techniques that we use that can do lips and other things like that, which most people don't know about. And then there's fillers. I mean, as we age, like I said, you do maintenance on everything else. Why do you not do maintenance on yourself?
Right. And this is a before and after picture. And obviously, some people have more pronounced lines.
Right.
Around their mouth. And the Juvederm is one product that's used to kind of fill that in and freshen you up a little bit.
Absolutely. There's nothing better than feeling good about the way that you look and how you feel. So.
And you do. You have clients that just will go in for Botox and for Juvederm
too.
Not
Sure.
necessarily.
I mean, not everybody needs to lose weight, obviously. I do like to tell people though and educate them on the fact I happen to have a child, one that's a little husky and one that doesn't have a weight problem at all. But guess what? They both need to eat healthy. Just because you're thin doesn't mean you're healthy on the inside. And that's what I'm trying to teach my children. Hey, you know, you could probably eat anything that you want and not gain weight, but that doesn't make you healthy on the inside. So I'm teaching them both the same, giving them both the same tools to be healthy into their adult life, hopefully.
Yeah, that's all you can do is
right,
just hope.
Right, just hope.
Okay, what do you say we go ahead and take another really quick break? When we come back, Lisa Innenbach is with us. If you've got questions, 571-5263 is our telephone number. 888-800-9283 is the toll-free number. Body Shapes Medical. 2 locations, one on Bardstown Road, one on Brownsboro Park Boulevard. And the telephone number is 425-0500, or you can check out the website, bodyshapesmd.com. We'll be right back with Listen Live. Stay with us. Body Shapes Medical has 2 locations, 6413 Bardstown Road and 6002 Brownsboro Park Boulevard. And the telephone number is 425-0500, and the website has tons of information, bodyshapesmd.com is the website. And Lisa Innenbach is joining us today, and we're going to get to a call or two. If you've got a question for Lisa, 571-5263. And we're going to talk to Pam first, calling from Jacksonville, Indiana. Hey, Pam.
Hello.
How are you this morning, Pam?
I was just wondering, I have a friend that has problems with eating. She doesn't eat any fruits or vegetables. And I was wondering what I could maybe do to help her go into the right direction.
Well, first of all, your friend has to be ready. Cindy and I were just talking about that. If it's something that she's ready to do, then we can definitely help her. So my suggestion would be to have her give us a call in the office. She'll fill out a health history form, and then we can talk to her about her eating habits and how to change those and help her get to a healthier lifestyle.
So at your locations, there are physicians, so
yes.
that if a person does need, for instance, prescription medication to get started with the weight loss,
right,
that's one of the options that's available to your clients.
That's definitely an option. Yeah, we do prescription medication. Most of the health history that we take, we're able to take a look at that and see what prescription medications that they can or cannot be on. Our patients often ask me, is this going to interfere with anything, especially our accelerated weight loss program? Is this going to interfere with any of the medications that I'm on? Generally, no. There are very few that do. But again, the consults are free, so there's nothing to lose by calling in, coming in, getting a free consult, and seeing if the program's right for you.
Okay. When you say accelerated weight loss programs, that's something like the HCG diet?
Yes, that's the prescription medication, and it is a doctor's prescribed medication, and that allows the body to lose a half a pound to a pound a day. So again, people want results, they want them quickly, and it keeps them motivated. So, and then after that, we go on, there's a phase 2 and a phase 3. Phase 2 is just a specialized diet, and that helps totally reset the metabolism. And then phase 3, again, is let's teach you how to continue to do this in the real world, because you can't be on prescription medication forever for weight loss. That wouldn't be healthy.
Okay. Well, and those, most of those diets also, I mean, you're really lowering your caloric intake.
Right. But it's safe because your body's being tricked into believing that it's taking in so many extra calories a day, and what you start to do is you start to live off your what I call abnormal fat. Okay. There's 3 types of fat in the body. There's normal, there's structural, and there's abnormal. The normal, of course, is just normal fat that everybody needs and has. The structural is what surrounds the organs, and we have to have that. And then the abnormal is what the prescription medication helps get to fuel your body. You start living off of that fat. So your body's thinking, oh, she or he's feeding me all day long, and really you're taking in this low-calorie diet, so you're able to burn that abnormal fat. So I have clients that are saying, oh my gosh, I feel more energetic than I ever have. Well, that's because your body is being tricked into thinking that it's taking in all these calories, and really it's burning this abnormal fat where you can't normally get rid of weight. For women especially, the belly, the thighs, whatnot.
Well, and that belly fat too. I mean, there are studies that show that that is the worst place in regard to your overall health to
Right.
have a big fat collection.
Right.
Right. Pardon the
Yes.
pun.
Right. Well, and you know, weight in general. I mean, it increases your blood pressure. It increases your cholesterol. Heart disease. I mean, there's so many reasons why you need to be at a healthy weight. I mean, you want to be around for your kids and your grandkids,
Right.
then you better be getting healthy.
That's exactly right. One of the other things that you offer is Latisse. You know, talk about something fun.
Yes, that is fun. That is fun. Get away from the diet thing and talk about something fun.
Because you guys, I mean, because I think that it is, I mean, that's a natural progression. You know, when you start to feel better, you want to look better, you start to look better, you want to feel better. And
Absolutely.
there are all these little things that you can do, more little tricks, right?
Little tricks, yeah. Well, if you don't have many eyelashes or they're not long enough or they're not full enough, Latisse is really, really easy to use. It's just applied once at night. It does take, you have to be kind of patient with it. It takes about 8 weeks for you to really see results.
Okay.
You start out with a 3-month supply, and then you can start using it like every other day or so to keep that up.
Okay. And it can really have dramatic results.
It's amazing. I've not seen anybody that it doesn't work for. So,
Okay.
you know, it really does work for everybody.
Have you ever had a client that really just has virtually no eyelashes at all? And I mean,
It's funny you asked me that. I have a client that actually, when she was, I think she said 3 or 4, she cut her eyelashes, and her mother freaked out, and she thought that they would grow back. They never have.
Wow.
So she has started to use the Latisse product, and you know, is already starting to notice a little bit of a difference because she's never had eyelashes in her life.
Wow, that's kind of interesting. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a real quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for joining us, Lisa, today. Body Shapes Medical, if you want to get a hold of them, bodyshapesmd.com is the website.
Yes.
Thanks very much for the information. And thank you very much for joining us today. I hope everyone has an absolutely fabulous weekend. And go Cats, go Cards. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Lori Lyle's got your Wave 3 News at noon.